Throughout all of time, podcasts have always been about something. But this podcast is the one about nothing. Recording from his home studio in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you're listening to The Michael Papinchak Show, Pittsburgh's premier podcast about nothing. Now buckle up, because TMPS starts right now.
Hey guys, thank you for listening to the show. This is a special edition of TMPS. It's just me, and I want to tell you about a concert that I went to this past week. My favorite singer-songwriter out there, one of my favorite voices of all time, Nicole Atkins. If you don't know her, look her up. Go listen to her first album, Neptune City, on Spotify. Her voice is incredible compared to Roy Orbison and the Brill Building era of sound and songwriting from like the 50s and 60s. Go check her out. You really, really have to hear her voice. So let's talk about the concert. This is actually a makeup show. It was at Mr. Smalls in Millvale for, in 2020, she released Italian Ice. And unfortunately, she had to cancel her tour because of our good friend COVID. And so this was actually a makeup show from 2020. And I'm so happy that she came through Pittsburgh. I've seen her in New York City. I've seen her in Pittsburgh before. She's a phenomenal performer, phenomenal singer. What a voice. Holy heck. I don't know how she isn't like Lady Gaga huge with that voice, but it is what it is. You're going to know about her now and listen to her now. Go to Spotify and listen to her. So let's talk about the concert. So 2020, she releases Italian Ice. COVID happens, cancels tour. 2021, cancels tour again. Now 2022 in Pittsburgh. Now the concert, she actually told us afterwards that she was going to cancel the show because, you know, it's an 800 capacity at Mr. Smalls, and there was, I think, less than 100 people there, maybe around 100, and they thought about canceling it, but she was like, you know what, fuck it, and that's a quote. She goes, fuck it, let's give them the best show ever, and she really, really did. Her opener was Levi. Levi, gorgeous young woman from, I believe, Portugal, has a British accent. I think she said her mother was from England. Really cool sound, hasn't recorded anything yet, but look for Levi. I believe her Instagram is at Levi Musique, Musique, I think, Levi Musique. Go find her, go follow her. She's going to be recording music soon. Beautiful sound, great vocal pair for Nicole Atkins to have her open and then you hear Nicole. It was a phenomenal live show, and they really did put on just a phenomenal show, and I'll keep saying it because I loved it. So let's go through the set list. Okay, so like I said, Neptune City debut album. You know, it really, if you want to hear her sound, if you're like, Mike, who's this Nicole Atkins? What does she sound like? I would say go on Spotify, type in Neptune City. So she opens the concert with 4 songs from her debut album, Neptune City. And she opens the concert with the title track, Neptune City. And this is a great way for her to open the show for big fans like me who heard this album back in 2007, and this is when me and a bunch of other people fell in love with her sound, her voice, and all of that stuff. So she opens up with Neptune City. It showcases, you know, her very unique sound, kind of a Mama Cass style, you know, and it's one of my favorite albums, Neptune City. And then she goes to Cool Enough. I love Cool Enough. What a cool track. Okay, it has a great jam ending. She told us that, you know, she's actually going to be re-recording Neptune City and making it into a musical, and it's kind of like an autobiographical album and story. So Cool Enough goes along with that. It has a great, great, great summer vibe. And then number 3 is Maybe Tonight. Okay, so that is the opening track of the Neptune City album. And if you said to me, Mike, what song should I listen to that is a Nicole Atkins song? I would say Maybe Tonight. Okay, that is her sound in a song. You know, obviously it's the first thing I ever heard her sing, because it's the first track on the album. So if you want to start somewhere, that's the best place to start, because that's song number 1. And then another great summer anthem, Brooklyn's on Fire. has this like kind of Beatles cacophony of different instrument opening. Another great summer vibe, summer anthem. Brooklyn's on Fire, another great tune. Now, then we go to the title track from Goodnight Rondalee. Okay, so Goodnight Rondalee is the album before Italian Ice. I actually donated to this album, and my name is in the liner notes, and I think that is really, really cool. Goodnight Rondalee, wrote it with Chris Isaac, 50s, 60s vibe. It has a bit of a country thing. So the song is called Goodnight Rondalee, and the album is called that as well. So right there, you get opened with 5 great tracks. Now, song 6, also from Goodnight Rondalee, A Little Crazy. Kind of Roy Orbison, early rock sound. It's a lovesick anthem. A Little Crazy is a great tune. Goodnight Rondalee is a phenomenal album. Go look for my name in the liner notes. It's there. So cool. I have a signed vinyl framed. So I have this frame where you mount the record, and then you can put the record sleeve, and she signed it for me. And I thought about opening it up so you can see my name, but I like seeing her autograph on the cover. Okay, so then we're going to go to track 7, Never Going Home Again. This is from the 2020 album Italian Ice. Very Mama and Papa sound. Think like Creek Alley. Kind of that kind of sound. Really cool tune. Then number 8, we're going to go to AM Gold. Also from Italian Ice. Has like a 70s rock vibe, I feel. Kind of reminds me of a Killer song. There's a Killer song called The Man. And it has a very similar vibe to that song. And it has a great message about people needing people, needing people, needing people. Just about helping each other. Very cool song. Very cool vibe. Italian Ice is a great album. I think Italian Ice is a bit of an evolution of her sound. Like moving into a bit of a different... If you listen to, the Neptune City album and Italian Ice, you see this kind of... I don't want to say her sound has matured. It's just, it has evolved over time. Okay, and it's a really, really cool sound. All right, and then we're going to go to track number 9, or song number 9 from the concert, from the show, Mind Eraser, also from Italian Ice. Very funky sound, awesome bass part, and a lot of her songs have really good piano parts, and we missed that in the live show. There was no... Mind Eraser has this like kind of Lady Madonna or Hey Bulldog, and there's a Green Day song that's kind of bum bum ba bum bum ba bum bum ba bum bum ba bum, kind of like piano part, like similar to that. And she didn't have a piano player on stage, and you kind of missed having the piano there. But listen, obviously, I didn't record the whole live show, so you're going to be listening to the studio versions of these songs if you go and listen. But you'll hear this great piano part, which I really wish she would have had on stage. And then number 10 is Domino. Okay, that same funky sound as Mind Eraser. It has a jam vibe, great bass line. Domino is a really cool tune. Definitely check out Domino. And she's so good live. Like, so incredibly great live. You have to check her out, please. All right, now, number 11, A Night of Serious Drinking from Goodnight Rondalee, kind of a smoky club ballad. That's how I would describe that tune. And number 12, one of my favorite songs, Captain, from Italian Ice. Now, what a cool tune. She recorded it with Britt Daniel, who's the lead singer and guitarist for Spoon. And it has this, John Lennon post-Beatles sound, steel guitar, amazing kind of ballad song. She recorded this album in Alabama, so you hear like the steel guitar and kind of a bit of a country-ish vibe in the songs. I love Captain. Let me be your captain for once. I love that song. You got to go listen to it. Now, 13, In the Splinter. Is it In the Splinter or Splinters? Where's my phone? I think it's In the Splinters. Let me look. Yes, In the Splinters. Also from Italian Ice. Another great piano part. A good 50s, 60s sound. That's her typical sound. Again, I really wish she would have had a pianist on stage, because there's some cool piano parts in her songs that I don't know if they were kind of doubled on the guitar for the live show or what, but I wasn't paying attention that closely. And also, you don't necessarily have to sound exactly like the album. Listen, I wish the piano parts were there, but it didn't take away from the live show. It's not like I stood there, oh, wow, this isn't great because the piano isn't there. No. They were phenomenal live. Great live show. Just the piano would have added that something extra. Now we're going to go to number 14 from the album Neptune City, Love Surreal. Love Surreal is one of my favorite songs of all time. Has a great beat, a great chorus. Just Love Surreal. You got to go listen to it. They did, oh my God, I was literally like, had goosebumps, hearing this song live, seeing her on stage. Not a lot of people there, so, you're like right up front. She's right there on stage. Like, it's so cool. And then from Goodnight Rhonda Lee, number 15 is Listen Up, 70s Groove, great, anthem song. Listen Up's a great tune. Then she ends with, or her encore, I should say, is The Way It Is. From Neptune City, this is really the ultimate Nicole Atkins song. It showcases her voice probably like no other song in her repertoire, and is such, like the song Maybe Tonight, which I mentioned earlier, The Way It Is. I mean, those are two essential Nicole Atkins tracks. That is her sound. That's what makes her unique. I mean, guys, I'm a professional opera singer. I know voice. I know good voices. I know bad voices. It's what I've been doing. And I'm at a loss for words for how much I love her voice and how much her voice needs to be heard by everyone, not only in this country, not only in this hemisphere, not only on this continent, but around the world. And if TMPS can help with that, I am here for you, Nicole Atkins. So she did a great 16-song set. She has other albums that were not represented. Doesn't matter. She has. I don't think she has a bad song. Okay, I'm just going to throw that out there. I mean, it could have been 20, 25, 30, 40 songs. I mean, she has phenomenal music. I think this was a great representation of her best of the best work. And guys, head out there in the world, Spotify, YouTube, whatever you want to do, however you want to listen, type Nicole Atkins in. You'll find her. Go straight to her original album, Neptune City. Maybe Tonight's the first track. Give it a listen. You'll fall in love right away with her sound, with her voice. Just incredible. All right, guys, this is a short show. I'm just so happy that she came to Pittsburgh again, and I was able to see her. And because I like her so much, and I'm such a huge proponent of her voice, I want people to listen to her voice, to buy her albums, to go see her shows. You know what we should do right now? I'm going to hop on my phone here, and let's see a recording. So she has some more shows. It's a quick tour. Let's see. I'm going to her website. Okay, so today she is in Asbury Park, New Jersey. July 2nd, she will be at the Wolf Den at the Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut. That's a free show. Then July 4th, Billsville House Concerts in Bennington County, Vermont. July 6th, the Press Room in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And July 7th, River and Blues free show in New York City. And then July 8th, Levon Helms Studio in Woodstock, New York. Man, would I love to drive up to see that. And then July 9th, the Southern Cafe and Music Hall in Charlottesville, Virginia. And then the Hamilton Live on July 10th, Washington City, D.C., and then she's going to be with Elvis Costello on August 4th in Grand Rapids, Michigan. August 5th, Evanston, Illinois. August 6th, Huber Heights, Ohio. And then August 9th, Lewiston, New York, all with Elvis Costello. Then August 28th, it looks like she is going to be at Sacred Rose, Bridgeview, Illinois. So you can go to her website, NicoleAtkins.com, to find her shows, to buy her merch, and all of that good stuff. So, guys, thank you so much for listening to the show. Remember, NicoleAtkins.com. Go listen to her music, support her, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much for listening to the show. Please go to tmpspodcast.com. From there, you'll find links to SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.